So I hear a lot of talk about people saying that Emu might be using magic and this isn't a devil fruit power. It's a devil fruit power. The reason why I say this is because this is not a new argument. Every time something new comes up, people kind of go around to the same point and saying that it's something other than what we've seen before. But when you think about it, no. First of all, people said this about Kaido. Kaido turned out to be the most mythical of mythical Zoan fruits because his whole fruit is a myth. It's the whole myth of the carp jumping over the waterfall to become a dragon. And then when you look at Emu, Emu supposedly is a devil. What are the powers of the five elders? Minus Garling, because we don't know about Garling. But Saturn turned into a demon, a yokai. Then we have Nosjuro. He turned into a demon, a yokai. Then we have Top Man Warcry. He turned into a demon that's sometimes a deity, but still a yokai, right? So we have a devil theme amongst the five elders. So if the five elders are mostly demons, who do you think is going to be at the top of them? The devil. Makes perfect sense. Then when you look at all the abilities that Emu has done via using Gunko as a puppet, they're all abilities that we've seen before. Because remember, when Marco came on the scene, what is a mythical Zoan? A mythical Zoan is just a Zoan with paramecia-like abilities. And all of the abilities that Emu has done through Gunko are very paramecia-like. For example, having a magic book. That's just the book fruit held by Mondor, because both of them can store things in their books, right? Then turning people into other things and making a binding contract with them. Well, that's just the power of the hobby fruit held by Sugar of the Don Quixote family, as she could turn people into toys by touching them, and then she can instill a contract with them, which makes them follow a rule indefinitely. The crazy part about that fruit is that it did have these wide-ranging properties in which the fruit would write you out of existence. The original person did not exist anymore once they were turned into a toy. No one remembered them. That's crazy, but that's the power of the fruit. Then you have the whole ability of possession. Possession, I will admit, is a little bit weird, but we have seen possession happen in a way in the series. For example, when a shadow is extracted by the use of the shadow fruit and it's put into another person, that person gains the qualities of that shadow. So in a way, that's a roundabout possession. If you wanted to take things in a more literal fashion, you have the shadow fruit being used to power zombies, or the soul fruit used to power basically anything you want that's not a corpse. And on top of that, it gives it anthropomorphic properties, akin to a whole bunch of other stuff depending on the quality of the soul that's put in it. Because you look at Zeus. Zeus is a whole other being outside of Big Mom. So it is what it is. I'm just saying that we've seen these types of abilities before. Even the whole idea of manifesting a weapon in Gunko Emu's case in the form of the Trident. Well, that's a paramecia ability as well, because we've seen that before. We have the arms fruit, etc., etc. So what I'm saying with Gunko Emu is that through the powers of Emu's Devil Fruit, they're just using a bunch of things that we've seen already. We've even seen teleportation before, both in the form of needing a boundary in order to teleport in the form of Law's Op fruit, or just raw teleportation in the form of the warp fruit. So that too is not really outside of the range of possibility based on what we've seen already in the series, because mind you, there are a ton of paramecia fruits. So yeah, I'm not really surprised by anything that's been going on so far, I gotta tell you. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works It.